Yeah, like is that spite? Am I using the right word when if I can't have something, then they can't have it either?
See, I use the much well. I guess it's not exactly friendlier, but the way I like to think of it is that I am in favor of scorched earth tactics. Anyone who's ever played video games with me knows that I do that. Um, is that if I can't win, I try to make winning as miserable for the other side as possible.
The old throw the grenade at the last second before
Yeah.
you, yeah, and just blow everything up.
Yeah, exactly. Or like I like to play. I like to play a lot of like real time strategy games, and it's like if I can't win, just consume as many resources. So once I'm defeated, there are no resources left for the people that have just invaded my territory.
Hmm. Well,
So that could be spite. I'm going to look it up since I have my handy dandy trusty dictionary here.
Uh, it's so quaint how you still have a dictionary.
I like my dictionary. How dare you?
Well, I mean, there's like the internet, so.
Fuck the internet. Spite, a desire to hurt, annoy, or offend. And as a verb, to deliberately hurt, annoy, or offend.
I guess that qualifies. Sort of a good kind of spite.
It comes from the Old French verb to show contempt for.
Well, I guess we have a winner. Oh, speaking of the bell, I guess this would be the time to announce that I am challenging Cole this week to yet another sexual euphemism. So his sexual euphemism.
Sexual euphemism challenge! Sorry.
Boom, boom, boom. So somewhere he has to incorporate the euphemism $5 footlong into the show if he can, and we'll see how long it takes.
Might have something to do with the number 5.
Um,
We'll see. Long story short is we'll see.
So there are in the past there were other reasons for me to care about this stuff. I mean, I've been duped a lot in my own life over the years, and in my early life, one of those people that was like, I don't know, we can't know anything. Everything's the same. Everything's mysterious and unknowable, and all that stuff. And you can never know anything. And who knows? Maybe it's all likely. It's all equally likely. And having that attitude allows you to just get sucked in, makes you naive, and just a ripe, low-hanging fruit for victimizers to, get some of your money or, get you to do something. So, yeah, so I mean, I was motivated by that for a while, and I probably went overboard. I mean, I've read so many books on, it doesn't say on the cover bullshit detection,
Right.
but it's books on argumentation and debate and scams and cons and, weird, wacky beliefs that people try to convince you of that aren't true, etc. And urban legends and how the human mind works psychologically, to get talked into something, how
Right.
how we can be deceived, how we can see illusions, all that stuff. I've got tons of books on that, and I read them all. I've literally spent thousands of hours watching videos and listening to podcasts and books and things as well on this subject. Like, I went a little crazy with it. So
Yeah, fair enough.
and I think it's because of my past. So I was a very different person years ago. Like the type of person, like if you had met me or the any of our audience had met me years ago, like they wouldn't recognize in many ways that it was me. Very different. So
Yeah.
now I don't know whether you could call that an obsession, perhaps even an unhealthy obsession. I don't know, but I mean I have all that stuff in my head now, and I'm happy about it. And I guess I want to pass that savings on to you, you people out there. But it started out first feeling great. Like when I started finding out about how like logical reasoning works, for example, it answered a lot of my questions and it made me feel a lot better. But then over the years, as I learned more and more about it and sort of dumped all these things I thought that weren't true,
Yeah.
It became more and more lonely, and nobody else cares. Very few people care. So
There's something to that.
I don't know why, but so that led me into the why do we even do this sort of phase a while back. But yes, there are reasons why I do it, and
Well, people are weird. Like, we were talking about this last time, that there's an element of this, of like postmodernism that seeped into all of this. But there's also, and I don't know if this is a cultural thing, a generational thing, like what it is, but people also can be horribly pragmatic and in a really sort of stunted, weird way. Is you talk about all this stuff with people and they go, yeah, is this going to get my electricity bill paid? And it's like, well, maybe not directly or indirectly, but that kind of doesn't have shit to do with shit, in my opinion, which I think is a correct evaluation of reality. But that's the reaction I get, is if you don't get like the people that I call the postmodernist types that are like, oh, it's all equally likely and don't fuck with me and all that shit, is the people who go, who cares? I gotta be at work in 20 minutes. Who cares?
Yeah. I'm a very social creature, despite how I may sound too. And I get very disheartened, like when a long period of time goes by, and I mean, the people I know, for the most part, the ones that I actually like can go talk to face to face, not like my internet friends who think the way I do, who are like on other parts of the planet. But when a lot of the people I know in real life, like, they just don't want to talk about it, they don't want to think about it. They're all spending their money on some bullshitty thing that's a waste, and there's nothing you can say, and they may, in fact, some of my friends are actively going out like encouraging stupid bullshit, which just makes me very sad and misanthropic.
What do you think you have there? Like, I don't know if you want to digress into that, but what are people doing that you know, or people that you know, what are they doing that's
all right
promulgating stupid shit?
Top of the list would be, I mean, I know somebody who went to acupuncture school and is now
I remember hearing about the acupuncturist person.
Somebody I think otherwise is a pretty cool person, but when it comes to acupuncture and ancient wisdom and ancient like Oriental medicine and things like that, they just have and this person's also an atheist, which is odd, but when it comes to acupuncture and all that shit, just it has to do with money too. The person is motivated by money and is therefore less likely to listen to reason. And then there are I don't know, I have conspiracy theory friends, and that's not selling a product, but it's definitely encouraging bullshit.
Right.
And I have a lot of friends who believe like remedies that aren't real. And of course, like, don't even get me started on religion. Like, I have various Christian friends, Muslim friends, Jewish friends.
Christian atheists.
I think I might know one Christian atheist. I'm not sure yet, but
time will tell.
Based on what I've read from like emails and stuff. I have Buddhist friends. I have I know one guy who's really into the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
Just who formerly wasn't into it at all, is from what I can tell, and then suddenly just got sucked into that. And things could be worse, but it's just constant posts about it, and that's all this person thinks about, and just fuck, like from everybody else's perspective, it's just like, Jesus, like, you're wasting your time. It's just a bunch of assertions without justification. All these things all the things I've mentioned are the same thing. They're irrational ideologies. And I don't know, maybe I'm reaching out to you, the audience, to, help me find a solution to my growing misanthropy. I'll be fine. I mean, maybe this is like how the real world is. Maybe when I first really got into this stuff and felt great about it, maybe that was the unrealistic position. I don't know.